What if I told you the quietest person in the room is actually the most dangerous? Not because they are violent, not because they are angry, but because they see what everyone else misses. Most people think silence is weakness. They think quiet people are shy, afraid, or have nothing to say. Psychology tells us something completely different, something that will change how you see every quiet person forever. The human brain processes information constantly, every second, every sound, every expression, every tiny movement. But most people only process surface level. They react before they understand. They speak before they think. Quiet people process everything. They observe, they analyze, they decode hidden emotions that most people never even notice. And here's where it gets interesting. Psychologists call this the information gap effect. When you don't know everything about someone, your brain wants to know more. Mystery creates attraction. The less someone reveals, the more curious others become, and curiosity is powerful. It makes people pay attention. Think about the last time you met someone who barely spoke. Did you wonder what they were thinking? Did you want to know more? That's the information gap effect working on you, and quiet people know this instinctively. But this is only the surface. The real psychology of silent people goes much deeper. You see, every conversation demands mental energy, listening, thinking, understanding emotions, responding with purpose. For highly observant people, this process consumes far more energy than most people realize. That's why they don't speak just to feel awkward. Silence, every sentence has a purpose, every word is carefully chosen. And here's something most people completely misunderstand. Quiet people don't need constant approval. Psychologists describe this as internal validation. Your confidence comes from within, not from what others think of you. When someone compliments you, it feels good, but if that compliment never came, would you still believe in yourself? Many people can't. Their confidence rises and falls depending on how much attention they receive. Quiet people are often different. They already know who they are. They don't need to prove themselves. And that kind of confidence is incredibly rare. It's also incredibly powerful. But here's the truth that changes everything. Not all quiet people are confident. Some are quiet because they're afraid. Some stay silent because they fear judgment, they fear being wrong, they fear rejection. The difference is self-awareness, knowing who you are versus being scared of who you might be. And this is where the psychology becomes truly fascinating. The same behavior can come from completely different places. One person stays quiet because they are secure. Another stays quiet because they are terrified. One person observes because they understand. Another observes because they are afraid to participate. Learning to tell the difference is the first step toward understanding yourself and others. Think about this. The greatest minds in history preferred solitude. Newton, Darwin, Einstein, Tesla. They did not build their legacies in crowded rooms. They built them in quiet spaces where ideas could grow without interruption. They understood that creativity is not a spark, it is a process. It requires time, patience, and freedom from noise. In a world that constantly demands your attention, protecting your mental space is becoming one of the most valuable skills you can develop. But here is where most people get it wrong. They think silence means emptiness. They think solitude means loneliness. Psychology says those are completely different experiences. Loneliness is wanting connection and not having it. Solitude is choosing to be alone because it gives you peace. One is pain, one is power. And the most intelligent people understand this difference better than anyone else. They do not run from silence, they protect it. They guard their mental space like a fortress because they know that every interruption breaks their focus. Every distraction steals their best ideas. And here is something even more surprising. The more comfortable you become with silence, the more powerful your words become. When you speak less, people listen more. When you speak only when necessary, every word carries weight. This is why charismatic leaders often speak slowly and sparingly. They understand that words are currency, and when you spend them too freely, their value drops. When you spend them carefully, their value rises. So the next time you feel pressured to speak, ask yourself one question: am I adding value or just adding noise? If the answer is noise, stay silent, wait, observe, and let others wonder what you are thinking. Because the person who understands more than they reveal will always hold a subtle but undeniable power. This is the hidden psychology of silent people. And once you understand it, you will never see quiet people the same way again. You will see them differently. Not as shy, not as weak, but as observers, as thinkers, as people who understand more than they say. And maybe, just maybe, you will start to recognize something familiar. Maybe this is who you really are. Maybe silence was never your weakness. Maybe it has always been your hidden strength. Welcome to Saivo, where we decode the patterns that shape human behavior. If this video connected with you, subscribe, because there is so much more to understand about the human mind. And the next video might just reveal something about yourself that you never knew. Until then, stay curious, stay observant, and remember, the most powerful people in any room are often the ones speaking the least.